Hector Mirai, and you're listening to Faith and Fandom 180 on LTN Radio. So this past Saturday, I am watching the WWE PLE event, Money in the Bank, one of their monthly, hey, you got to change the channel to go to Peacock events. And as I'm watching it, stuff's happening. It's wrestling. And eventually John Cena is announced and he comes out. And it's like, yay, John Cena. And he does his little stuff. He does his standard ring entrances. And normally he comes out and he unrolls a little towel. And it says, like, never give up or respect or something like that. Something that would be stitched on a pillow in your grandmother's house in a different setting. But this time, when he unrolls his little towel, it says, the last time is now. And instantly I'm like, oh no, he's leaving. And then he gets to the ring, does his stuff. And even before he starts talking, I start looking really closely. And his t-shirt, the back of his t-shirt says, after this, you can't see me. And, intuitions were right. He went on to announce the fact he was retiring. And you could see people in the crowd sad. All the internet was like, but that's my childhood and all these things. Listen, I didn't know who John Cena was until a couple years ago. So I'm not heartbroken, but I am sad at the concept. My child is sad. But as I'm watching the response, the whole thing, it just makes me think of the disciples when Jesus was telling them he was leaving and coming back. As John Cena said, yeah, I'm hanging up the jorts. I will no longer perform, but he'll probably be like a ring announcer or backstage or something. He'll be around in some way or capacity. But the disciples had a similar response to Jesus' similar, proposal or information. John 16 verse 16 says, Jesus went on to say, in a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me. Verse 17 says, after this some of his disciples said to one another, what does he mean by saying, in a little while you will see me no more, and then after a little while you will see me, and because I'm going to the Father. Verse 18 says, they kept asking, what does he mean by a little while? We don't understand what he's saying. Like WWE fans with Cena and like the disciples with Jesus, it's a hard thing to grasp, the idea of someone we know and count on leaving, or what it would mean for them to come back. We need to come to understand that we can trust that Jesus is going to do what he says he'll do, and that we're never actually left alone. If you'd like to learn more about Faith and Fandom, head on over to faithandfandom.org, where you can learn about our Comic-Con ministry, podcast, memes, apparel, and book series. You can even read new chapters before they make it to the next book. I'm Hector Mirai, and thank you for spending the last 180 seconds with me.